inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life. Love is light that's within me, shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding
Easy,
and
you're
love.
welcome.
Oh, inside, yeah. Inside, inside, bringing hope and
Hello.
make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life. Love is light that's within me, shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of understanding and love. Oh, inside, inside, yeah. Inside, inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright.
Thank you, Queen. Tima, thanks for joining. Potter, I see you.
Promise, the future and life.
Yeah.
Love is light that's within me, shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside, inside, yeah. Inside, inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life.
Thank you, guys. Rita, I see you.
Love is light that's within world, whole world. Light,
Thank you so much.
let the
Thanks for joining.
dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside, inside, yeah.
Thank you, guys, for joining. Dummy, I see you. You're welcome. You are welcome. Thank you, guys, for joining in. How's the start of the week? I hope you guys are good. You're welcome to Inside with FunmiRoyal. It's another wonderful Monday. Layla, I see you. Thanks for joining. Let's share the live to our friends, as many people as possible. I have an interesting topic today. Mary, thanks for joining. I see you. Let's invite our friends. Let's share to others. Let them be part of this talk today. Jennifer, I see you. You're welcome. Hello, Prince Hakim. How are you? I see you. If you can hear me, can you give a... Hello, Prince Hakim. How are you? I see you. If you can hear me, can you give a... Okosua, thanks for joining. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, let's see a thumbs up. Thank you. Lulu, you're welcome. Oh, I'm still waiting. Esther, thanks for joining. If you can hear me, let's see a thumbs up. Thank you. Yes, please let's share our live. Let's share the live. Let's invite more friends. Let them be part of this talk today. Glamour Goddess, I see you. How are you today? How's your week going so far? So, I want to take it you guys are hearing me. Let's see a thumbs up so I can start, please. Thank you. If you can hear me, let's see a thumbs up. User 208, thanks for joining. Yes, let's share to all our friends. Quays, I see you. Thanks for joining in. I'm still waiting on you guys. If you can hear me, let's get a thumbs up. That way I know you guys can hear me clearly. Leinde, thanks for joining. Tony Cash, you're welcome. Tony Cash, can you do me a favor? Can you put a thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear? I'm just waiting for that thumbs up so I can carry on. YC4, I see you. Thanks for joining. Is it that you're typing? I can't see. Oh, thank you. Unique Babe, God bless you. Thank you so much. Okay, because I want to be sure. I forgot one cable when I was connecting. Thank you so much, Unique Babe. Yes. It's another day. We are grateful to be here. Guys, thank you so much as usual for joining me here on Insight with FunmiRoyal. And I managed to type the topic in today because it's not too long. Usually it's always kind of too long and I just leave it out. So today is interesting, and this topic, I notice a lot of people tend to kind of shy away from it, but I'm going to bring it to the forefront today. Let's talk about it, because the thing is, if you're expecting someone to look after you, what are you doing for yourself to look after yourself? Unique Babe, thank you so much for liking the live. Let's invite other people to be part of this talk today. Let's share with others because the topic is really, really beneficial to every human on earth. I'm telling you, it's very beneficial, and let's talk about it. One or two things we ought to be aware when we're talking about this topic today, as you can see on the screen. So the topic today is self-care. Self-care. I used to be guilty about this until a group of people brought it to my attention, and I found out that everybody's just living life and really not paying deliberate attention to self-care. Self-care is really important. Thai babes, Babs, thanks for joining. I see you. Coblack225, I see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you for liking the live. I see you. Thank you for sharing to other people as well. And thanks for joining in today. So the topic today is self-care. Self-care. I'm going to be looking at different angles to it, and just to bring to our understanding what we mean by self-care and what we ought to do as well. So we're not just here to talk, we're here to kind of enlighten ourselves. Olalikon, I see you. Rosaline, you're welcome. Thank you for joining Inside today. So let's share to others. Let them be part of this talk today. So I'll go into the talk, and in about 7 p.m. I'm going to be telling us our puzzle for today. I'll always bring the puzzle every week, and just so after all this serious talk, let's kind of wind down a bit. So stay tuned for my puzzle today. If you're able to get the puzzle, you will get a big donut and 2 ice cream to relax for this beautiful day. Kingsley, I see you. Thanks for joining. Kingsley, do me a big favor to share this live to all your friends, all your followers. Let them be part of this talk today. And thank you guys for joining. So the puzzle will come later, but I'll go into the talk. And like I always say, let us self-reflect when we're doing this kind of talk. Are we guilty as charged? Or is something, on the top of our list that we were conscious about and we're doing something about it? Zaina, I see you. Thanks for joining. Today's topic is self-care. Real Madrid, I see you. Thank you for joining. So today I want to explore an essential aspect of our well-being. It's part of our well-being, self-care. So in our fast-paced, demanding world, self-care is not a luxury. Because when you say that to people, they're like, oh, self-care, they're thinking money, huge money to spend and things like that. No, it's not a luxury at all, but it is a necessity for every human alive, whether young adult, whether you're your mid-40s, you're elderly, whatever age you are in, self-care is really important, and it's about taking active steps to maintain and improve our physical, emotional, and mental health. Okay, like I said, if you're expecting people to come take care of you amazingly, I see you. Thanks for joining. It's one thing, expecting people to look after you. What are you doing to look after yourself? That's why I brought this topic today, self-care. So by way of introduction of self-care, self-care is any positive activity we do deliberately in order to take care of our mental, emotional, physical health. So it has to be something positive, okay? Boss Stacy, you're welcome. Good self-care is key to improved mood and reduce anxiety. I must tell you that. So it's also key to a good relationship with yourself and other people as well. Because if you're always cranky with yourself, tendency is you'll be cranky with other people. But if you're doing something deliberately to, help yourself, look after yourself, and you're in a good place mentally, emotionally, and all that, you're going to radiate this joy, this peace, this goodness to other people as well. Suleiman, thanks for joining. So we're talking about self-care, the importance of self-care. Why is self-care really, really important? It is very important, and like I said, everybody needs to pay attention to this in their lives. Jennifer, you're welcome. So the importance of self-care is to prevent burnout. Okay, people tend to burn out, like I said, the hustling and bustling of life. You're so busy, before you know it's Sunday already. It's like, where has the week gone? And then you're wondering, oh my god, okay, next week I'm gonna do better. Before you know, you start off Monday, go to work, do this, do all of that, and you come back, you're exhausted, you just sleep or eat and sleep, and that's it. You go and on and on and on like that. At the weekend, sometimes you can't even catch your breath, because by the weekend you have this family function, that family function, you just have to be at a friend's party or something, and it's like, when will you have that time to look after yourself? So if you don't want to burn out, you need to pay attention to self-care. Okay, regular self-care practice can prevent exhaustion and overwhelm of that that often leads to burnout. So it has to be deliberate. You can't just be thinking passively about it. You have to be deliberate. Bring it to the forefront. In fact, let it be on your priority list. Girls, I see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you guys for liking the live. So another reason why self-care is important is because it enhances your physical health. Okay, activities like exercises, you're doing it deliberately, not because maybe once in a while you see a friend running around the estate or something, and you just say, oh, let me put on my trainers, I'm gonna go jogging, and that's just a one-off, and the next time you find yourself doing that is another year. No, this one has to be deliberate. So activities like exercise, eating healthily as well is part of looking after yourself, and regular medical checkups, to keep our bodies functioning optimally. One of the things I've noticed is that people tend to not do like a regular medical checkup because they feel they're okay, they're drinking enough water, everything is fine. And you and I, we've heard of cases where people could just be headache and decide to call the doctors, and it's okay, just come in, I'll see you. Oh, I'm noticing this, I'm noticing that, let's go for a blood test, we'll go for a scan, and then bam, this health issue just comes up, and within you you feel everything is okay, not knowing that there's certain things that haven't been okay for a while. Salama, I see you, thanks for joining. So it's always good to have regular checkups. That is part of self-care. Look after yourself, because otherwise, if you're trusting somebody to do that, how well can you trust somebody to look after you? Emmy Love, thanks for joining as usual, I see you. So another reason why self-care is important is to boost mental health. Self-care activities like meditation, therapy, and hobbies, help maintain our mental balance and reduces stress. Some people, it could just be just sitting down, in their quietness after the day's job. They've eaten, they've sorted the family. Just sit down somewhere and, you can close your eyes or just be in your space and just be by yourself. Just calm everything down. Just blank your mind if you can. Don't think of anything too stressful. Just be there in that moment. You can put a soft music, to help with the mood and all of that, and just get rid of all the stress of the day. Once you do that once in a while, it's always good to let it out. All the toxicity you've brought in from work, from activities, what have you, just let it out. So sometimes meditation can help. This is to boost your mental health. That is self-care. Miriam, I see you. Thanks for joining. One more important, there's so many, so I'll just limit it to a few because I have other aspects of self-care that I want to talk about. Improves relationship. Okay. Self-care, it's very important because it helps improve your relationship. So when we take care of ourselves, we are in a better position to take care of and support other people. So imagine you're not looking after yourself. How would you even know to look after other people? So it's very essential. And sometimes we look after other people so well, we neglect ourselves. So that equation, Maureen, you're welcome, is not balanced. How are you looking after yourself? What exactly are you doing? As you're listening to me right now, I want you to take stock. That's why I say a lot of self-reflection. In the last 1 month, thank God, happy new month, guys, by the way, happy month of June. It's another month we've entered. Check last month, May. How did you do? What did you do to look after yourself? What were the things that you did deliberately to say, you know what? This is self-care, me time. This is what I've done. And I kept at it and I'm still going to keep at it. Jen, you're welcome. So you need to kind of self-reflect. Like I said, it has to be a deliberate thing because a lot of people are just living life and maybe occasionally they have the flu or what have you and they self-medicate as well. Sometimes they don't know it's even more than the flu until you go for medical checkup before you find out extensively what is wrong with you. So we need to kind of avoid certain things. It's not a good lifestyle when you always self-medicate. Any little thing, you just self-medicate. You guess, okay, this is the symptoms. And the most dangerous aspect is when you go online and you start Googling things and you Google the symptoms and it brings all sort of scary bits. And before you know, you're self-medicating. It's not really safe. It's not really advisable. So let's be mindful. It is very important to pay attention to self-care. And there's so many types of self-care we can look at. Like I said, I always just mention a few bits and I really want to hear from you as well. Dizzy, I see you. Thank you. Oh, girls, your network is bad. I can see you. Let's hope that when I bring people into the box, it will be fine because I really want to hear from as many people today as possible. Let us rub minds together. What can we do? I want to hear from us. And like I say, when I give this talk, I can't really cover everything, but I try my best. And most times people come up to kind of say one or two things and we'll learn from each other. So thank you guys for joining. Yeah, I will be inviting you very soon. So, types of self-care, in case you're wondering, is something you're reflecting about. Oh, FunmiRoyal, that's true. Self-care, you know what? I'm going to listen to your talk today. Let's see, maybe I can jot down one or two things that I may start as well. Mary, I see you. Thanks for joining as usual. And I just tell us a few bits and hopefully this will guide us and bring more ideas to us as well. So types of self-care we can do is physical self-care. And what do I mean by physical self-care? It's exercise. I mentioned that briefly earlier. So regular physical activities improve physical and mental well-being. You have to keep that heart pumping. You have to, keep regular exercise. It doesn't have to be something strenuous. It could be a 30 minutes walk and you're regular with it. User 879, I see you. Thanks for joining. Tina, you're welcome. Thank you guys so much. Let's share the live to all our friends because I believe this talk is very crucial. Alice, I cite you. So exercise regularly, and like I said, it doesn't have to be anything too hard, too strenuous. Just make sure you're regular with it and you are committed to it. Dawn, you're welcome. Another type is nutrition. Some people just eat anything that comes your way. I'm not saying don't indulge once in a while, but let it be balanced. Let it be healthy when you do that. So eating a balanced diet, fuels our body and our mind. If you're the type, like some people, I know of quite a number of people that are kind of addicted to coffee. They're always taking coffee in the morning, afternoon, night, as many cups as possible in a day. Oh my goodness, that's sometimes too much. And they find out that they're always hyper, and even when they lie down to sleep, their mind is still going like that. You need to kind of slow down. If you're the type that you don't even know how many cups of coffee you take in a day, slow it down and take note and be conscious of what you're consuming. For some people, it could be energy drink. They feel, oh, it will just boost them for the day and it keeps them going. Once I take my 4 energy boosts in a day, oh my goodness, that is a lot to consume. So what are you eating? Is it balanced? A balanced diet, a balanced meal? Because otherwise what you eat is what you are, as they say. So be mindful of your nutritional eating habits and what you put inside of you. It's very important. And one of the key things I'm going to mention here that I found out that, Fumi, thanks for joining. I see you. Another type of self-care is sleep. Some people will say, oh, 2 hours, I'm good to go. My goodness, that's dangerous. Accumulation of 2 hours every day. You don't want to know the outcome. Let's not even go there because that'll be another topic by itself. So how much do you sleep? Quality sleep is very crucial for overall health and well-being. And some people, you can't cheat nature. You might cheat for a while, but it will start taking a toll on your body and you won't like the outcome of that. So why not start paying attention now? It's never too late. Better late than, never, as they say. So quality sleep is very crucial for your overall health and well-being. The amount of sleep considered healthy, it varies, depending on the age and individual needs. So the general guideline, I had to go and kind of research a bit of this just to bring this information to you. So it's very key that we're taking notes and we're paying attention. If you're just joining Okpe Prayer, thanks for joining. The topic is self-care. So there's this general guideline that kind of provides the National Sleep Foundation statistics for people. So for example, I just give us all of the age groups and how many hours of sleep they count as healthy to help your mind, to function properly. Because when you don't rest that mind, when you sleep, you can't really function that much. And that's why you look for all these kind of boosters, coffee, energy drinks, and what have you, whatever works, So like, for example, for newborn from ages 0 to 3 months, they require them to sleep for about 14 to 17 hours of sleep a day. It sounds long, but they're newborn. That's all they do. Sleep, and sleep. So they sleep for like almost 3/4 of the day. That is expected of a newborn. And when they become infants, like from ages 4 to 11 months, they're expected to sleep between 12 and 15 hours per day. Good evening. Thank you, Richie. I see you. You're welcome. And for toddlers between ages 1 and 2, they're expected to sleep between 11 and 14 hours per day. Seems long, but I mean, toddler, what do you expect? Sometimes they're playing before you know they slept up on the floor. That is what toddlers do. And if you have preschoolers within the ages of 3 and 5, they're expected to sleep at least 10 to 13 hours per day. And this is very important because, their brain is just getting into the routine of learning, a routine of going to school and coming back. They're getting gradually into a sort of routine and they need a proper sleep in order to be able to function well. Sugar Tea, I see you. Hallelujah. Thanks for joining. So, school-age children between the ages of 6 and 13 years of age, they require 9 to 11 hours per day. How many how many school age children are actually sleeping those hours? But it's a guide, like I said, but we need to pay attention. Cam Jones, thanks for joining. So teenagers between ages 14 to 17, they're expected to sleep for between 8 and 10 hours a day. And we all know teenagers, the world of gadgets, technology. Sometimes you think they've gone to bed and they're on their games, quietly with the headset and playing games. And before you know, they probably just get about 4 or 5 hours sleep. And sometimes they wake up being cranky, or they wake up, they don't feel like going to school or something. So we need to be mindful. We can guide our children, set a time for them to go to sleep and things like that. So again, young adults between ages 18 and 25, at least they should get between 7 and 9 hours sleep per day. We're talking about self-care today, and sleep is very important to every human. And I'm just telling us about the age range and the number of hours of sleep that is required for us to function healthily, function normally. So as adults, we expect, well, from ages 26 to 64-ish, you're expected to sleep at least 7 to 9 hours per day. When last did you sleep for 7 hours in a day? Some people might even sleep longer. All the better. It might not be every day, but once in a while, if you can get some extra couple of hours sleep, why not? Nana, you're welcome. So between ages 26 to 64, you're required to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. Then older adults from age 65 and above, they are required to get about 7 to 8 hours per day. That's hours of sleep. Suli, thanks for joining. So another type of care that we can look at is hygiene. In case you're wondering, self-care, hygiene is part of that. So maintaining personal hygiene can have a significant impact on how we feel about ourselves. Is mothers included? Of course, mothers, you have your age range. If you tell me your age, I'll tell you number of hours of sleep you're meant to. But we all know that mothers probably sleep the least. No statistics, I'm just thinking on the top of my head. Bella, you're welcome, because mothers will cook, clean, go to work, come back, sort the children out for the next day, do this before everybody's sleeping, and they probably, most of the time, they're last to go to bed. And sometimes they have to even wake up early. So if they manage to get 6 hours sleep, it's like, thank God. But, that's what I'm talking about. This mothers, you need to look after yourself. In fact, everyone needs to look after yourself. I said earlier, some people look after everybody and they forget themselves. Who is looking after you? Nori, thanks for joining. So let's be mindful. Hygiene is another self-care, I'm going to talk about. So when you maintain personal hygiene, this can have a significant impact on how you feel about yourself. That's how you need to look after yourself. So maintaining self-hygiene is a fundamental aspect of self-care that promotes overall well-being in several ways, and I'll give us a few. Physical health, when you're talking about hygiene, I mentioned that briefly as well. Regular hygiene practices such as bathing, brushing your teeth, and washing hands prevent infection and illnesses, and of course diseases, by removing harmful bacteria and viruses from the body. Some might just be too busy, their hands are dirty, they just do that and they carry on, and before you know, they're eating the biscuits or they're putting something in their mouth. So you need to be mindful of personal hygiene. Sometimes if you have your little pots, especially for ladies, you can put those wet wipes in there that you can just wipe your hands at intervals during the day, because you put your hand, God knows, everywhere, be mindful of that. You don't want any harmful bacteria or virus to come into your body. Then mental well-being, good hygiene can improve self-esteem and confidence. Feeling clean and fresh and positive impacts your mood and reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. When you feel good, with yourself, take your shower regularly, you feel fresh, you feel cool, you feel good about yourself. If you've gone out all day, maybe you're sweaty or what have you, take a hot or cold bath, whatever the weather, it actually kind of relaxes you and reduces feelings of stress. Okay, social interaction is part of the hygiene I'm talking about. Proper hygiene fosters positive social interactions by making you more pleasant to be around, which can strengthen relationships and support networks that you have. So hygiene is important. Imagine you go out on a date or to a function, and because you're in a hurry, you have not had your bath, you just wear the dress, put perfume, body spray, that and all that. Underneath that, some people can perceive all sorts of odor. I don't want to discuss us, so to say, but let's be mindful, and this imagine you just come back and have this cool or hot shower or whatever and dress up, use your perfume, and that you feel good when you're stepping out, you step up in style. So hygiene is very important in that regard as well. Then routine and discipline. Okay, when you're talking about hygiene, establishing a hygiene routine can create a sense of structure and discipline in daily life. We all know to brush our teeth, to have our bath, as many times as I can in a day, but not doing it at all in a day sometimes. I think this one is a joke actually, or is it not? I don't know. This friend said, oh, the doctor said you don't have to bath every day because there's some good bacteria in your body you need to maintain. You keep washing and washing them. That's why you have some skin days. I said, I don't know. I haven't spoken to my doctor. He hasn't confirmed that to me, so I wouldn't know. What's your take on that? You can type in there. Let's have a bit of fun as we go along in the talk. So make sure you have a routine. Brush your teeth as many times morning and nighttime when you want to go to sleep. Make sure you brush it in a day at least, and this can enhance your overall productivity and personal satisfaction as well. Because when you're talking to people or colleagues, it's not like they're like, what did you say there? They're covering like, they'll be wondering, did this person brush their teeth today? Why is this thinking or whatever? So little things like that goes a long way. You need to look after yourself. Brush your teeth. If you have, put it in there. If you're the type that eats certain food you would eat, and the moment you finish eating, there's some odor that will ooze out from your mouth, you might have to chew gum or use a mouthwash, and just to keep fresh all the time. And again, when we're talking about hygiene in terms of self-care, skin and hair health, you have to pay attention to that. God's child, you're welcome. So proper hygiene practices like regular washing and using appropriate products can maintain healthy skin and hair. We have to look after our hair, our skin. Some people deal with acne on all sorts. Like couple of weeks back, I said if your car is faulty, you will take it to the mechanics. You won't leave it. If you're having issues, you go to the doctors. If you have issues with your skin, consult a skin specialist. Unique Babs, thanks for joining. So there's always care everywhere. But are we looking for it? That's the thing. Are we looking for skin care? Are we looking for hair care? Some people have, used all sort of hair creams, body products. Some are reacting to it. Some don't even know what to do. It's like you have a dry skin and you're using these products for oily skin. There's so many different skin types. I have a sensitive skin and I also have a dry skin. I have a oily face and all of that. You need to know your body. So when you're caring for your body, that's when you get to know what kind of body you have, what kind of face you have. Is it a sensitive face? There's certain creams I cannot use on my face. I will react like that. So I'm mindful. And I must say to you, I tried one time to experiment to change my body cream. In like 2 days, I noticed the difference. I'm like, no way, I'll just stick with this body cream that I know. And I've been using this body cream for almost 4 years. So I better stick with it. And you can see it's kept me fresh. So there's no point changing it. If it works for you, just keep at it and be regular at it. Okay, so maintaining a healthy skin, healthy hair, preventing conditions such as acne, dandruff, dermatitis, all sort of skin issues or hair issues you have, be deliberate about it. Look after your hair, look after your body, look after your skin. Okay, so I'm talking about types of self-care. Another type of self-care is emotional self-care. It's very important. Seek a CU. Emotional awareness. Recognize and understand your emotions. If your emotions all over the place, you're not on top of it, and you expect somebody else, say for example your husband or your spouse, to know what's going on emotionally for you, you need to know yourself first. When you're feeling some sort of feelings, you know to stay away from whatever. Ebi say you're welcome. So we need to pay attention to that. I'm talking about other type of self-care, emotional self-care. Expression. Find healthy ways to express your feelings, such as or talking to a friend, taking a walk, write a journal. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't know how to express yourself to yourself, first of all, you will lash out. You'll be angry maybe all the time, or any little thing kind of sets you off. You need to know yourself emotionally. How do you express yourself? You can start writing out. How do you feel? Write out, today I just feel like crap. And you say to yourself, you feel like crap. Okay, what can you do to help yourself not feel like crap? Some people might say, you know, I just need a cup of tea and I'll be fine. Some might say, I just need that my music, I'll play it and I'll be fine. Tracy, you're welcome. So learn to express yourself in a healthy way and be in control of that. That is another form of self-care. And another one that I'll mention, maybe because I'm one, is therapy. Okay, professional support can be invaluable for processing emotions and experiences, because sometimes people around you might not just understand your emotion. Even you do not understand your own emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, and all of that. Get help to help you sort it out. It's not going to be forever. It's just for you to get a grasp of all these feelings, what to do with them, and how to handle it. That is part of self-care. Another way I'm going to mention is mental self-care. I mentioned briefly earlier, mindfulness and meditation. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for liking the live, Zoe. I really appreciate that. Let's share to all our friends to be part of the talk. I still have a few bits to share with us. So, mental self-care. How do you look after yourself mentally? Another way is mindfulness and meditation. These practices helps to reduce stress and improves your focus. Some people might be creative, whilst you're busy, you have like a pad, a creativity pad next to you and some colored pencils or what have you, and you just want to take that break and just be there and focus and just draw something or be creative, and it kind of relaxes you. And some people don't know that this will relax them until they try it out. So it's a challenge to you. Try it out. It might just help you to focus on yourself. Be mindful of hobbies. So engage in activities that you enjoy and that stimulates your mind. So what activity do you do that stimulates your mind? For me, sometimes I listen to comics, like comedy, jokes. When I laugh, I'm kind of relaxed and into my A game, if you get me. And sometimes I love to listen to music, whatever works for you. Hobbies like going for a walk. It could be whilst you're even at work. You don't have to go too far. Maybe just a 5 minutes or 10 minutes walk. Chia Gozie, thanks for joining. I see you. Let's share the live to all our friends to be part of this talk. So if I go for a walk, sometimes it could be a dance in the bathroom just to dance it out. Whatever works for you. But like I said, when you're talking about self-care, make sure it's something you do regularly. You keep at it. Prophetess, you're welcome. So another way self-care is learning, continuous seeking of knowledge and new experiences to keep your mind sharp. Some people, if you don't challenge them, they're stressed. So when you challenge them, they're thinking, they like to think, that kind of relaxes them. We have different kinds of people. So whatever works for you. Some people is the more they learn, the more they feel relaxed, the more they feel good, about themselves. If you're such people, don't stop learning. They say the moment you stop learning, you stop living. So you don't want to stop living. So if you have to keep learning to keep you sharp, your mind sharp, please do that and do it regularly. Sufficient God, thanks for joining. So another one I'll mention is social self-care. because we're trying to balance this, we don't want to be too rigid. And that's how I'm bringing all aspects of self-care, well, not all aspects, most of it, so that we're mindful. And as you're listening, please self-reflect. If there's an aspect of your life, well, especially in terms of self-care, that you need to pay attention to, please do that, because you are the only person that can look after you best. Okay, it's only you. So pay attention. You have to be deliberate, you have to be conscious about it, you have to be intentional about self-care for you. A lot of people really are not conscious about it. They just live life. Maybe once in a blue moon they treat themselves, and then they might spend much money. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about regular, constant self-care to yourself. So when you're talking about social self-care, we're talking about connections, maintain relationship with friends and family. Don't cut them out, don't shut them down out, because sometimes they will annoy you, they will be friends with you, they will cry with you, they will laugh with you. It's part of that. Some people just need to sit down with family and friends and they will unwind and they feel good the next day. So if that is you, please don't shut them out. Okay, another one is boundaries. I've talked about you mingling with family and friends. Now I'm talking about boundaries in order for you to self-care, so to say. Set and maintain healthy boundaries to ensure your relationships are supportive and respectful, because sometimes family and friends can stress you. Before you know, you're doing this for this person, you're doing that for that person, you're doing this, and you don't have time for yourself. So you need to set boundaries. You need to know your limits, how far you can go. Sometimes you might have to say no and later come back to say yes, because you need that time for yourself. And when you're more relaxed, you're in a better place to help other people. It's not selfishness, but it's looking out for yourself. Okay. And the last one I'll mention there, under social care, is a community. Some people they get engaged in their community. I get this email every now and then about activities going on in the community. If I'm interested, I can register to be part of that. So engage in community activities and find a sense of belonging. That can actually relax you. It's self-care. You know that this thing you're doing for you, you're just going to go to that community activity and have fun with people you don't even know and relax. It could be a dance, could be a game thing, it could be a competition or contest, singing, anything at all. Find out what's happening in your community that you can be part of, and enjoy and relax as well. So another type of self-care is spiritual self-care. And this is for believers out there, whether you believe, whatever you believe, you need to talk about that. Spiritual self-care. For me, I'm a Christian. Like I said, I listen to my gospel music. It relaxes me. When I listen to the words of the lyrics, it kind of brings hope. It brings encouragement. I feel more relaxed. I feel, with this song telling me with God on my side, I can do all things. Juliana, you're welcome. So meditation and prayer, when you're talking about spiritual self-care. So this can provide comfort and clarity. Sometimes you're wondering, you need to make a decision, and then maybe it's your Bible, your Quran, you read and you get insight and you feel more relaxed, because within you, deep down, you know that this is the way to go about it. So in the place of meditation, in the place of prayer, you kind of relax, you kind of unwind whatever's been stressing you, you're carrying in your mind that is not even allowing you to sleep. When you meditate and pray about these things, just leave it at the foot of the Lord and let him handle that for you. Onye, thanks. Onoye, thank you for joining. So be mindful, self-care spiritually. Are you spending enough time praying? Are you spending enough time, praising, worshiping, meditating on the word of God? Whatever your faith is, are you in the synagogue, praying and meditating? Whatever it is part of our spiritual self-care. And again, nature is part of that. Spending time in nature can be very grounding and restorative. I'll tell you a joke. One time, many years back, we had to take it was a group thing from my church. We had to go to Sweden for this group holiday. Yeah, I think we were there for about 10 days or so. It was like in a camp. The place was like a camp. Barbecue food, not microwave. What's microwave? No, we were barbecuing the breakfast, lunch, dinner. It was barbecue, or you can eat as much and what have you. And surrounding us were all these tall trees, like a forest kind of. And one of my goddaughters said, let's just go for a stroll. I love the environment, the nature. It was beautiful. And the excitement, we got carried away with the excitement, and we were just walking and talking about life, walking and talking. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I've noted this, what do you call it now? I noticed certain things so that when we're walking back, I'll be able to identify we turn to the left or right. So I thought, my goodness, we walked for almost an hour and then it was getting dark. And I'm like, okay, we have to start heading back. And the funny thing is, there was no reception on the phone, and I didn't even tell anyone, in my group that we were going for that walk, because we just thought we're just going to go not too far. But we got talking and just enjoying the tall trees, the all sort of fruits on the tree. And I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to get back? We checked the mobile phone. There was no signal, no nothing. And I was trying to check the trees. Did we turn left here? We were lost in the forest, trying to relax. We even added more stress. And at the end of the day, we were just guessing. I'm like, I had to just focus. Okay, Lord, help us out of this jungle. Otherwise, we're in trouble. At the end of the day, I think we were lost for about 3 hours. It was getting so dark and I was getting even panicky. So be mindful where you go wandering off when you talk about nature, to relaxing for self-care. And eventually we found a camp. I'm like, I can hear the noise. We ran. It was fun, but I'm like, never again. I won't go that far anyways. Or maybe I'll hold some petals I'll be pouring on the floor to know exactly where we are, so we'll know to trace our way back. It was funny, really. Nature, spending time in nature can be very grounding and restorative. So if you're the outdoorsy type, you can go walking in the forest, or if you have a park close by you, just enjoy the nature, birds flying, ducks in the water, whatever it is that kind of relaxes you. It's part of self-care. You can just sit down and enjoy that space. It can relax you as well. It's part of self-care. And again, another thing when we're talking about self-care is reflection. Just like I said to us, let's self-reflect. Are we looking after ourselves, or we're trusting that to somebody else to look after us? So be mindful. Spend time reflecting over your values, your beliefs, and what gives your life meaning. When you do that, you're looking after yourself. If your values have changed, why has it changed? Did somebody influence that, or did you change them yourselves? Or as you're going on in life, you're getting more matured, your values are changing somewhat, These are things you need to kind of sit down and self-reflect. It's part of self-care, because like I said, people just live life before they're 60. They're wondering, where did life go? So you need to pay attention. Do self-reflection once in a while. It's very good. So how do we implement self-care in our daily life? Guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate. Thanks for liking the live. So I'm going to be opening the floor very soon, but I'll finish with this talk today. So how do we implement self-care in our daily life? It's very crucial. Honestly, it's very crucial. Like I said, nobody's coming to deliberately be looking after you 24/7. Resolution, thanks for joining. You have to do this for yourself. So how do we implement that? Start small. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Some will say, okay, from tomorrow I start going to the gym every day to the gym before going to work. And then you get to work, you're so useful. Let me not say otherwise. Marina, you're welcome. So begin with small, manageable changes to your routine. Even 5 minutes a day dedicated to self-care can make a difference. Like I said, it could be even in your work, when you have your break times. Find somewhere that you can just be by yourself and just kind of meditate. Let's go of all the toxicity from work, the stress from work. 5 minutes a day. You can do this like a routine. You know, the way you know that this time you have to start work, the way you know that this time you have to start your break. Monica, you're welcome. Do the same. 5 minutes a day. I'm going to take time off work because could be part of your break or whatever. You know your schedule, but it has to be constant. It has to be something you're committed to doing regularly, and that can make a huge difference. Okay, schedule it. Schedule it. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of your schedule. Treat it as an important appointment. Sometimes you might have to set your alarm. Thank you. You don't just set alarm for waking up or for whatever it is. Set the alarm, and the alarm puts the name it. Me time, self-care time, whatever you want to put it. Me time, and set the alarm. Once it goes off, have a plan what you're going to do for that time. Let it be something for you. Like I said, it may sound like a bit selfish, but then who else is, in a better place to look after you? Charlene, thanks for joining. I see you. Let's like the live and let's share to all our friends. Thank you guys so much. So another thing is be consistent about it. Okay, don't just create all of this self-time, me time, and all of you. It's there on your phone, it's there in your schedule, but you're not doing anything about it. So you have to be consistent. Regular practice is more beneficial than occasional, intensive self-care. Like, that's why I said sometimes you just feel, oh my goodness, the year's almost gone. I've not even done anything for myself, and you now book this fancy restaurant, book this fancy. You don't have to spend much. That's why you need to do stuff regularly instead of occasionally, so you don't have to spend more, so to say. Okay, maybe once in a while if you want to go all out, why not? Love it, Lily. Thanks for joining. And again, listen to your body. This is part of self-care. Listen to your body. What is your body telling you? To slow down or to pace up? Because sometimes our body is tired, is exhausted, and we just want to keep going. You say the mind is active, You just keep going, and the body is tired. Listen to your body. Pay attention to what your body needs and respond accordingly. Sometimes you might just even have to take fruits to help you instead of the energy drink. Might take an apple. They say apple a day keeps the doctor away or whatever. So, Alex, you're welcome. You need to pay attention to your body. What does your body need right now? Are you giving it to your body? Are you starving your body? Not just of food, of relaxation, of emotional well-being and all of that. What are you doing to yourself? Pay attention. You should love yourself. If you love yourself enough, you look after yourself because it's very important. And again, seek balance. Ensure you are addressing all aspects of self-care. The physical aspect, the emotional aspect, the mental aspect, the social aspect, and the spiritual aspect of you. Human beings, we have so many sides to us. Sometimes we pay attention to just the career, the mind, that's all we pay attention to. And sometimes you will see someone and say, oh, do you know that person is a professor? But they look tattered. They look haggard. They look, they're not taking care of themselves. They're not eating healthily. They're not just doing anything to themselves. All they're interested is learning that career, that research and all of that. And they neglect other aspects of themselves. It has to be balanced. Seek a balance, okay? Ensure you're addressing all aspects of self-care. All aspects. Physically, whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't even matter because everybody needs self-care. So please pay attention to it. Your mental, don't pay attention to the mental and social and leave the spiritual, emotional, and the physical side. No, it has to be balanced. That's why you have to be deliberate. If you have to keep a journal to keep on top of things, if you have to keep a planner to keep on top of things, please do. Because we do that for other things. Why not do that for ourselves? Glory Palmer, I see you. You're welcome. So finally, I'm going to talk briefly about overcoming barriers to self-care. Yeah. Yes, you have to overcome them. And it boils down to so many things, but I'm just going to mention 3 because of time. I want to open the floor and let's talk about this thing called self-care. I have 1 or 2 questions I need to ask us, and let's see. I want to hear from everyone, as many people as possible today, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the network is good enough to bring you into the box. So how do we overcome the barriers of self-care? Alade Sheye, I see you. Thanks for joining. Time management. Some people, they will tell you 24/7 is not enough. We have 24 hours in a day, and they'll tell you, if only it could be 36. I tell you, even if it's 36, it's the same thing you'll still do. If you don't know how to manage 10 hours, how are you so sure you manage 32 hours in a day? So it still boils down to what? Time management. Prioritize your tasks and delegate when possible to make time for yourself. Queen Kate, you're welcome. Some people feel guilty. Oh, if it's not you doing this thing, it won't go well, da da da. No, you're not the almighty. You have colleagues, you have assistants, you have PAs, you have, I don't know, or whatever it is. But if you really, really want to care for yourself, sometimes you have to reschedule things so that you fit in that time for yourself. Self-care. Because 24/7, 24 hours a day might just never be enough. But you have it. How are you prioritizing your tasks and things you need to do, such that you also prioritize yourself in order to care for you as well? Okay, so time management could be a barrier. When we don't plan our times well, we don't manage our times well, you just find out that before you know, 3 months is gone and you haven't even gone out for coffee. You haven't gone out. You haven't done anything. Just work, school, work, this, that, everything else apart from looking after yourself. Sarah, you're welcome. Another barrier we need to look at and pay attention to is the mindset. Your mindset. Challenge the belief that self-care is not selfish. I mentioned that earlier. Self-care is not selfish. As long as you're moderate in what you're doing, you're not encroaching on other people's space, without minding that, and you're just living life anyhow. No, that's not what we're talking about. Okay, your mindset. Challenge the belief that self-care is not selfish. Understand that taking care of yourself enables you to be better, better care for others even. Because when you don't take care of yourself, your stress and all that, you will pass it on to whoever is around you. Coded Soul, thanks for joining. Let's share the live to our friends. Guys, we're not tapping. I want to see that go up, because I want to believe we're not boring each other here. We're learning. And as I'm even speaking, I'm also self-reflecting and thinking. I've thought of two or three things that I personally I need to do as well. So we're here to learn, to help better our lives, strategies to coping, strategies to evaluating our lives. Tito, you're welcome. So finally, what I'm going to mention about overcoming the barriers of self-care is resources. Utilize available resources, whether it's community centers, online courses, or professional services. You can. Like I said, if you're the outdoorsy type or activities going on in your community and you just want to be part of that, to kind of relax. It could be a fun time out there. It could be a game time. It could be a picnic thing. You can even engage in your community to have that self-care we're talking about. You can overcome that. Some people might want to, I don't want to say start the hard way and work their way back. It depends on you as a person. Some might feel, okay, let's start with a big activity. I think I'll love this carnival. I'm just going to go for it. Book it and go for it. That is part of self-care. Okay, if you have a bestie or best friend or whoever you feel you'll be more relaxed with, ask them if they want to come along. So that way, at least somebody's keeping you company whilst you're in the midst of the crowd. You're not lost. Katie, you're welcome. So be mindful. Time management, mindset. Okay, let's just put that in there. I've just been asked to verify myself, that's why. Okay, so please be mindful, be deliberate, be intentional about taking good care of yourself. So in my conclusion today, self-care is a vital practice that helps us lead healthier, happier, and more balanced life. Afaye, thanks for joining. Sarah, I see you. So by incorporating self-care into our daily routines, we can improve our physical health enhance our emotional well-being, and foster deeper connections with ourselves and others. Jade, you're welcome. Remember, self-care is not an indulgence, but a fundamental part of living well. If you're well within yourself, then you have everything to look after other people. Don't look after other people and neglect yourself. You're the one organizing for these people to go out and have fun, and you're leaving yourself behind. Who is planning for you to go out and have fun or relax? So you might just have to do that for yourself. So it's part of living well, and it's not selfish. That's my take. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe some people might say it otherwise. I don't know. So, guys, I just want to say thank you for listening to the talk today. And I encourage you all to make self-care a priority in your life, as I will do as well. Make it a priority in your lives. There's so many things we prioritize, but not ourselves. Lily, you're welcome. So let's prioritize and look after ourselves. Let's care for ourselves. You know, all the hustling and bustling of life, it's never, ever going to stop. But if we stop, if you stop, what does that mean? We know those people who are not doing anything. We know deep down 6 foot under where they are. So let's look after ourselves. Let's eat healthily. Let's live a good hygienic life. Let's connect with nature if that is what relaxes you. Whatever works for you, find that time. Thank you so much, Jade. Find that time to look after yourself and be happy within. Be happy. Reduce stress as much as possible, because stress will sometimes never go away. As you're overcoming one challenge, another one is coming. But in it all, you still need to find time to look after yourself. So that's the end of my talk today. And my question to us, every one of us, is what have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? And do you think self-care is a selfish act? I really want to hear from us. Or if you have anything you want to add to it, or anything you want to give in terms of submission to the topic self-care, please feel free. Let's hear from you. So please send an invite, or well, I see 1 or 2 people. Let's come in and talk about this self-care. What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? Oh, Jade said, I will surely look after myself. Please do. Please do. It's very important. Thank you. Send an invite and I'll bring you up. Let's talk about these things. What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? And do you think self-care is a selfish act? I wonder. That girl Sally, I see you. Let's like the live. Let's like the live. Yeah. Oh, Jay is interesting. Jay says self-care is actually a selfish act. Oh, why don't you come up in the box and put flesh to that statement? Because some will agree, some will not agree with you. I'm not sure I agree with you, but it's your opinion. But I want to hear more. Why did you say that? There has to be a reason. Send an invite, Jade. Self-care is actually a selfish act. Jade, send an invite. Let's hear from you. Okay, because I can't see you on the screen there. Let's see, Daisy, how are you? Okay, Steffi, let's try and see if we can bring you up. Thank you for liking the live, Jade. But I really wanted to come up and, express what you're trying to say, because I might not be able to do justice to it, because I don't take to that opinion, but you have a right to your opinion anyways. You think self-care is a selfish act. I want to hear from you why you think so. There has to be a reason. Maybe you can convince me to see. So I asked, do you think self-care is a selfish act? And what have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? Are you in that planning for everyone, how they're going to go out, how they're going to relax and all of that, and then you're excluding yourself. You're the master planner, so to say, but then you're never at any of the activities. So is that your case? I want to hear from you. Sarah, I see you. Please send an invite. Let's talk about this. I'm going to bring the puzzle soon. Thank you. Shine to the whole world, whole world. Life, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside. Oh, inside. Yeah. Inside. Okay, Jade, I'm waiting. Jade said the would send an invite soon. Okay, so I really want to hear from you why you think self-care is selfish. Like I said earlier, people tend to look after others. They plan outings for them, plan all of these things, but they always leave themselves out of the equation. So my question is, who's looking after you? Who's planning the fun time, relaxation time for you? Because you don't want to burn out. That's usually what happens. You burn out and your body's telling you to slow down. Your body's telling you to look after yourself better. But you're just feeling like, oh yeah, I'm okay, I'm gonna just keep going and all that. It's like no time out. Victor, I see you, thanks for joining. It's like no time out for you. Always going 24/7, no break, no stopping, no, just keep going. And then when you feel somewhat exhausted, you start taking all these energy drinks or coffee or something to keep you going. And you know that when you take that for so long, it's gonna fight back in your system. You're gonna start having some health challenges. Some people may start losing sleep because their mind is always hyperactive even when they're supposed to be asleep. Remember, I talked about how many hours of sleep is required depending on your age. When last did you have that 7-hour, 8-hour sleep? Yeah, you find out that it's like you need more time, more than 24 hours in a day in order to have that me time, but not necessarily. You have to be deliberate. Look at your schedule for the day or for the week. Where can you squeeze a 5 minutes here, a 10 minutes there? Oluwaseun Annie, thanks for joining. I'd love to hear from us, really. What do we think? When last have you done for yourself something in terms of self-care? I want to hear, when last did you think to do that for yourself? And I want to hear your opinion. Do you think self-care is a selfish act? I don't know. I don't think so, but somebody's just said they think it's a selfish act. So Jade, I'm still waiting. Thank you for liking the live. We're going to see. I really want to hear from you why you think it's a selfish act. I'm sure there has to be a reason why you think so. So let's like the live. Let's share to our friends as well. Let's rub minds together. How else can we look after ourselves? We talked about the spiritual aspect. We talked about the emotional aspect. We talked about the mental aspect. We talked about the social aspect. There's so many aspects to us as human beings, and we tend to kind of neglect some aspect of us. And nobody really is coming to look after that aspect. So we have to be deliberate, in that, looking after ourselves. Like I said, it doesn't have to be something expensive. Dodo, you're welcome. Send an invite. Let's hear from you today. What's your take on this self-care I'm talking about? Social self-care. You need to set boundaries sometimes for you to have your time. Selena, thanks for joining. Thank you for liking the live, Jade. So mindfulness, meditation, you have to pray sometimes just to ease off all this tension, all the stress of life and what have you, so you have to do something. I mean, you can't fold your arms. If you need to go for exercises, if you need to go for walks, these are things you need to do to heal. Okay, you can come up. Let's hear, because I might not be able to do justice to buttress whatever point you're trying to make. So I want you guys to come in the box and let's talk about it today. Except maybe you're just finishing work or you're driving or something. Okay, I do understand. But if you can type on the screen as well, I can read it out. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you so much for joining. Let's like the live. Let's take it up a notch and let's share. What do we think? If you don't want to come up, it's fine. You can type in there and I will read it out. And hopefully we would understand each other better. So, self-care, that is the topic today. Self-care includes looking after your skin, looking after your hair, looking after your body, looking after you in that regard as well. What you eat, do you eat? What you think? What are you thinking? Is it always stress, stress, stress? You know, all the time. You don't even have time to take a breather. Sadia, thanks for joining. Okay, self-esteem is low just because you've not had time for yourself. It's like you're not thinking straight because you're always doing and doing and doing and never stopping, taking a break, taking that moment for yourself, you know. So that's what I'm bringing into our consciousness today. It has to be positive, it has to be deliberate, and we have to be committed to it. It doesn't have to be anything too elaborate, but a regular thing that you do to look after yourself, to be mindful that you are there as well. Because sometimes you're expecting others to come look after you, do this for you and do that. They can only do so much. You have to do the rest. So what have you done for yourself lately to say, you know what? This is me time, self-care. I'm doing it and I'm keeping to it. What have you done? I'd like to hear from you.
Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love.
Okay, somebody sent an invite. Let's see if you can come up. Dodo, how are you? I've invited one or two, but I don't know. I hope the network is good. Inside. Okay, so whilst we wait, or whilst I wait for people to type in there what they think about the topic self-care, I'm going to bring my puzzle in today. So if you know the puzzle, you will get a donut and 2 ice cream. But you know you have to come into the box for me to do the gifting. So what is the puzzle for today on Inside with FunmiRoyal? So the puzzle is, why was the IT guy in hospital? There's a reason why. Why was the IT guy in hospital? Why was the IT guy in hospital? If you know the reason why, please come share with us. Because sometimes when you type, I might miss it because people are typing in. So I don't want to miss it. If you know the answer, come into the box, send an invite, and you get the donut for today and 2 ice cream. So, why was the IT guy in hospital? Why do you think the IT guy was in hospital? That's the puzzle for today. I'm not sure manager is in the building or Mary. They usually will help me type it out. Puzzle for today. Why was the IT guy in hospital? Let me me. I see you. You're sending an invite and I've accepted, but I'm not seeing you up in the box. La Didi only, thanks for joining. Dodo as well, you sent an invite. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I've accepted your invite, but I can't see in the box yet. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why he was in the hospital. If you know the answer, come tell me today. And then don't forget our topic, self-care. Do you think self-care is a selfish act? Do you think self-care is a selfish act? I want to hear from you. Baba, where it's noisy. I don't know why. You sent an invite, but you're not coming up. Richly rich, I want to believe. How are you today?
I'm fine. Good evening, mommy.
Ah, mommy.
Yes, now. I'm over.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you too?
Fine, I bless God. Just coming in now.
Oh, okay, you're welcome.
God bless you.
Yeah. So did you hear any part of the talk, or I can just paraphrase for you?
Yeah, you can just give me the listen. Just
Okay, I
coming
don't
in
know if you can
now.
see on the screen, the topic is self-care. And I've talked
Yeah.
about so many aspects of self-care, how we need to take time out to look after ourselves, and you have to be deliberate about it. What are you eating? Are you eating healthily? Are you looking after your body, your skin? Are you taking time out to relax mentally? Do you do anything to look after yourself, really? Because it's very crucial. And even if you're a believer, are you the one that will meditate and pray and study the word to get more insight so you can relax that all hope is not lost, kind of a thing? And I also talked about how we can implement self care in our daily life. It doesn't have to be something big. Some people will say, I already start in the gym and go every day, every day. No, it might just be too much, and then you end up not doing anything. So you can start small, do things that you can manage. You could be going for a walk, maybe 10 minutes walk, and you do that regularly, and until you're able to go for 20 minutes or find something else that will just be for you. You're committed to that thing, you're dedicated to it, and you have to be consistent with it as well. And you listen to your body's telling you to calm down, take it easy, but you just want to go, 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 go all the time. So in that light is what we've talked about self-care. And I ask people that what have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? And do you think self-care is a selfish act? I don't know. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. And then my puzzle is out. If you know the puzzle, please answer. Really, you get the gift for today. So why was the IT guy in hospital? There's a reason why the IT guy was in hospital. If you know the reason, you can type it in. But I need to give you your gift, so you have to come into the box to say the answer. So Richie, are you ready for me today?
Yeah, let me start from the one you just asked.
Okay.
Do I think that self-care is act of selfishness,
Selfishness.
right?
Yeah.
So, from my own understanding, is not a selfishness act.
Okay. Why
It's
do you say?
something that you need to do to help yourself, to help your immune system. Do you
Hmm.
understand? Because there are some things that you need to do. If you are not doing it, your immune will be down medically. You will
Yeah.
be mentally affected. Your health wise will also be affected.
Mm-hmm.
So taking care of yourself is very, very essential.
It is.
So like for example now you can't just wake up in the even apart from even take care of yourself in
Hmm.
I mean like take care of your health as a human being you need to do something to help yourself
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah.
You need to do something to help yourself naturally. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was a day I, sorry to bring religion into this, but I just have to say
Oh,
it.
that's fine.
I went to church one day. I went to tabernacle to pray. You understand?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I got there, I saw some people. They have already finished praying, but they are there lying down sleeping. To
Oh.
them now, they feel that they are meditating. They want to get a message from God. But to my own understanding, I'm seeing it as the act of being lazy because you have already prayed. Why
Hmm.
don't you wait for God to answer the prayer at His own time?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bible I read told me in the book of Ecclesiastic that
Hmm.
there is time and season for everything.
Yeah.
So if you like, pray and sleep in the chapel for 1 year. When it is not that time and season for you, what you are
Hmm.
looking for will not come to pass.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
to me now, I believe that when you now prayed, you should be able to go
Yeah.
out because Bible said that your going out and coming in will be blessed. It's not by staying one place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So now you will see now that the self the self-care there now, like you have prayed and you are going out looking for opportunity, you are going to meet that opportunity as you are going. So
Yeah.
to me, let me just summarize it that
Mm.
self-care is not an act of selfishness.
Okay.
It's something that will help you to give up yourself and help your life move smoothly. So
Thank you
thank you.
so
Number
much.
two question.
Yeah. What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self care? How have you looked after yourself that is not something probably you do normally, or you were deliberate? You said, okay, I'm going to do this for me this time around.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Wow.
Ah,
I think you know me very well.
I try.
You don't. Okay, I am Miss Williams' son.
You are
I'm the one
who?
that Miss Williams raised money. Mrs. William. I am the one that she raised money
Oh,
for his
wow.
surgery.
Oh, it's such a blessing to have you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you? I should ask.
I'm fine, thank God.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So yeah,
fine, getting better small small.
thank God. So you're getting better. It's good to hear that. So I want to believe that there's certain things you're
Yeah,
doing to help getting better.
yeah, that is the aspect I want to come in now. Do you understand? Like,
Hmm.
for example, now I'm supposed to be going to physiotherapy every day, but
Okay.
because of the money involved and you know how Nigeria is, then
Yeah.
what do I have to do to help myself? I
Mm.
need to get some of those things that I'm using in the hospital there at
Oh,
home, so that if I don't have transport to go to hospital, I can be in my house and be doing it. Like, for example, I just posted a video where I was using this stimulator machine in my house. I'm using it to stimulate my foot. You understand? So
okay.
some of those exercise that I used to do in the hospital, I will not just fold my hand and say until I get to the hospital before I will do it.
That's the
So from
spirit.
my house here, I'm now doing it to help myself in
Hmm.
order to stimulate the muscle and also to awake those dead cells and to make the body rejuvenate back again. You understand?
Yeah.
So there are so many things I'm doing that I don't need people to
Hmm.
come around and you
So this is
understand.
what
So
you're doing for yourself.
that
Thank you
is
so
it.
much for sharing.
Yeah.
It's very
There's a
crucial.
question you asked.
Yeah,
There's
the
a question
question.
you asked. You said something like IT or something like that. I
Yeah,
want
that's
to get that part.
I always bring a puzzle every week so that we can relax a bit. Sorry, one second. Is there? Okay, Mary. You're welcome, Mary. So the question is, why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a
Thank
reason why.
you.
You're welcome, Mary. So, Richie, if you want to attempt that, why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason. If you know it, you get a donut and two ice cream today.
Okay.
So, I'll give you a moment to
Um.
think about it.
All right. All right.
So thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate that. And if you're just joining in, Richie's just made his submission that um, act of self-care is not act of selfishness because you have to look after yourself, your mental well-being, your body, your soul, your spirit. You have to look after all of that aspect, just for you to be okay. Because our mental well-being, I mean, as well, is very important. Our spiritual well-being is very important. So I've asked a question after the talk today. What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? As in, you're just doing this for you, without thinking 10 times about it. Something to relax you, something to just help you, to relax, alleviate stress, anxiety, or what have you. It could be anything at all. Taking a walk, listening to that music for 5 minutes, and shutting out all the stress of life, so to say. What have you done lately for you in terms of self care? And the second question, which Richie started with, is do you think self care is a selfish act? Do you think self care is a selfish act? Let's hear from you. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for sharing the live to others as well. And thank you for liking the live. So, Richie, you have an answer for me, or you're still thinking about it?
So sorry, come again with the question now.
Okay. So, I guess you're still thinking about it.
The
So, the
network
question
is
is
breaking.
okay, why was the IT guy in the hospital? If you know the answer, you can type it in or send an invite and come tell us so you can get the gift as well. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why. If you know the reason why, come up and tell us. Dodo, I see you there. I don't know what's happening. I think I've sent an invite, or did you send one and I accepted it, but I can't see you in the box. Thank you so much for joining. Elvira, you're welcome.
Okay, okay, let me try.
Okay.
Let me try.
Why
First
was the
of all,
IT guy in the
um,
hospital?
yeah, first of all, we need to know the meaning of IT before knowing
Ah,
what the person is doing there.
so
Um,
IT, well, the IT is the
the
normal
IT,
IT, information technology
like
guy.
information technology, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, then what is he doing in the hospital?
exactly.
And the answer is already there now, giving information concerning the hospital and like as a kind of when you go to hospital, for example, you want to see a doctor, like say you went for consultation,
Okay.
uh, and
Mhm.
your doctor was able to consult you and discuss with you, tell you things you need to know about yourself, maybe by
Oh,
using like for example scan machine and all these MRIs of a thing. You understand? After doing all those, they'll be
what?
able to give you
Thank
answer.
you. You're making me laugh. You're overthinking.
Is the information.
You're overthinking it, so that's not the answer. But thank you so much. I'll just clap for you because
All right, thank you. Let me allow Mary. Maybe I'll still answer again. Let me still cogitate more.
okay, I'll give you a second chance. So please think about it. Why was the information technology guy in the hospital? There's a reason why IT guys are synonymous with a particular gadget. So that's the clue I can give you. I don't want to say too much because you know. So why was the IT guy in the hospital? You know, and don't forget, as I say, you're overthinking it. People go to hospital because of sickness or illness or whatever. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the IT is going there for IT. That's the clue I'll give you so that you can think in another way. So why was the IT guy in the hospital? It's just like saying a teacher. Why was a teacher in the hospital? Of course, they're not going to teach. They might just go there for scan or whatever. Then, so if you think in that way, Chris, Iyare, thanks for joining. Guys, send your invite. I've seen about three. I've been pressing, but you're not coming into the box. I want to hear from you. Mary, how are you
Is it not
today?
for theater? It's not for theater.
No. You keep trying, honestly. Well done, well done. Before I go today, I think I brought this question last week. Nobody got it. So today, if nobody gets it, I will have to eat the donuts myself. So please, guys, let's put heads together and find the answer. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? So that's the puzzle for today. And Richie, thanks for attempting. You can still try again. It's up to you. But Mary, I'm not gonna let you. Mary manager, you're off the response line today. So please, manager, you're welcome. I'm not sure how long you've been there. So help me type the puzzle for today. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why. There's a reason why. I want to know. Let's see. Let me invite Kofi. And Dodo, you might have to type your answer or whatever you want to say because I'm pressing that invite is not even moving. I don't know why that is. Dawit, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. So the talk today is about self-care. And I've looked at so many aspects of it. And you find out that a lot of people, they look after everybody, and they kind of neglect them. So thank you so much, manager, for that. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why. If you know, please come up and tell us. So self-care, people look after everybody, and they neglect themselves. If you're not careful, you will burn out. Thank you so much for the gift. You will burn out. Unique Shola, I see you. Please, I want to hear from you today. Unique, what do you think? Do you think self-care is an act of selfishness? Do you think so? And second question, what have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? Are you even thinking about self-care? That's the thing. Are we even thinking about it? We do for others. We always forget ourselves. Who is pampering you? What are you doing to pamper yourself? What are you doing to take that time out and just recuperate and, stress free? All the toxicity of life, work, hustle and bustle, everything, to leave it aside. What have you done for yourself lately to say, you know what? This is me time. I'm just going to do this for myself. For me, what's today? Monday. I think it was last week. I just felt like, oh, there was so much I needed to do. Sometimes you're on the computer for hours and hours. If I even forget to go for break and all, I just felt like, okay, this is it. I need to pause. I need to stop. And I just took time out. And there's this instrumentals, like soft instrumentals. I just put it on and I was just meditating and I was just worshiping, and it felt like, I didn't know I did that for almost half an hour. I felt like 5 minutes, to be honest with you. So sometimes you have to be deliberate in doing this thing. And by the time I was done, I'm like, oh, I wish I could remain in this posture for as long as possible. And the stress, everything, I was able to calm down. And I had to take water, because I take water to kind of calm your nerves and relax, rather than maybe coffee all the time, or energy drink all the time. We need to take it easy on our body. You don't want your body to be overloaded with all sort of sugary and what have you. So I want to hear from you guys. Thank you, Richie, for your submission today. From you guys. Kofi, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. So, Mary,
Thank you.
I would ask you, what have you done for what have you done for you lately? What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? And do you think self-care is a selfish act? I want to hear from you. You're welcome. How's your day?
Quite a lot. Quite a lot. Good evening.
Good evening.
No, my day has been good, but my work pressures every day, so I don't need to complain about that.
Well, we still thank God regardless.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Actually, today is better than the Thursday sessions, I think so to say, because Thursday it's kind of late from my end, and no, I get tired. I get tired because the session ends maybe at 10 p.m.
Mm.
But anyway, regardless of that, I'm quite fine.
Okay, so you don't need a
Talking
self-care,
about
self.
self-care, I will start with the second part, which you asking if
Do you think self-care is a selfish
yeah,
act?
self-care, self-love.
Mm.
Start with the I'll start with the second part, which is that if self-care is selfish love. Is selfish act. No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you are the priority of everything.
Yeah.
Before you take a step of doing for others, you have to make sure you are in good state. If your mind is not in state, your body is not in good state, your health is not in good state, I mean, there's nothing that you can do. So the first thing is you have to love yourself, you have to accept yourself, you have to say, okay, this is me. Giving yourself permission to say, this is me.
Yeah.
Accepting yourself who you are is the priority of all. Because if you start comparing yourself with others, if you start seeing what you don't have and what others have, you start denying yourself.
That's true.
And that's
Minister
already
Tracy.
a drawback. You start feeling inferior of yourself. You start feeling like you start feeling like you're not important.
Yeah.
So that mindset already, it has turned you not to be the best to be.
Yeah. To pay attention, yeah, to yourself.
So you have to love yourself first. You have to care about yourself first. Then you can start extending the hand to others.
That's true.
Yeah. So in short, like it was that in that way.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of topic that we talk.
Your
I don't know
network
if
is very
that
bad.
Yeah. I was going to say that you're breaking off on and off. You might have to switch to that good network, Mary. Zizi, thanks for joining.
Oh,
Nomzia, I see you.
shit, man. I don't
Yeah,
know what
sometimes it's clear, sometimes it goes on and
I
off
don't
kind
know
of.
what happens with this net, especially when you bring me up. Otherwise, it was just okay.
Or maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think. I'm not an IT person as such. Maybe
Gonna
you're
gonna have
only
to
logged
drop
on
the
on this one.
drop and come back again.
Yeah, maybe we'll try that again, Mary. But thank you so much for the contribution so far. Maybe when you come back, you can. Greetings to you. I trust your day is good so far. Zizi, I want to hear from you. So please come up into the box. I have Kofi in the box as well. So the question is, we're talking about self-care. One of the question I asked is, what have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? And the second question is, do you think self-care is a selfish act? I might repeat that later on. And my puzzle for today, nobody has attempted it. Well, tried it. Richie attempted 2 or 3 times, but you're still not correct. Okay, let's see. Mary's back.
Yeah, let me give you my last this thing, then I'll be watching to
So
get the
the
answer.
puzzle, okay, let me repeat the
Yeah,
question
let
for the puzzle
me
is
give you my last.
why was the IT guy in hospital? Why was the IT guy in hospital? Richie, you want to
Okay.
attempt, and then we'll let Kofi speak, please.
Yeah, the IT guy in the hospital is looking for love, someone to communicate with. This is my final answer.
I always say if I laugh, you have gotten it wrong. If I clap for you, then you're right. So I just laughed. So that means you didn't get it right, Richie. Please, you didn't get it right. No, that's not the answer. It's just a simple line. Very easy. By the time I tell you, you'll be say, oh. So that's why it's a puzzle. You have to think, but not too hard. So Kofi, how are you? But thank you for attempting again, Richie. I really appreciate that. Kofi, how are you today? Let's hear your voice. Okay, somebody sent an invite.
Hi, yes, I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome to Insight. So I don't know which of the questions you want to attempt first, or what's your submission about the topic?
I think the topic is beautiful. Because I think we tend to be in a generation that is suffering from rest.
Yeah.
So everybody is busy, but nobody is rich. So
That's word.
Yeah, but one thing that I think I want to take a look, and if you like, you can look at it with me, is that energy is
Mm-hmm.
very beautiful
Oh yeah.
once you have it. So whoever that has energy feels like I have to use for work, I have to use for something,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns up that you don't look after yourself.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So not because you are fit, so you have to work 24/7,
No.
and that's what we struggle currently with,
Mm.
particularly Ghanaians, West Africans in abroad.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh, we
24/7 is
seem,
not enough.
yeah, Nigeria, Ghana has that problem.
Mm.
Uh, Part of Cameroons and other most West Africans have that problem that we wanna, as long we have the energy, we want to work, uh, and up until the body shut off
Yeah.
or give us a signal,
Mm.
and the
Not a
indication that
good
the
sign.
body, when the body starts speaking to you that I don't wanna do, I don't wanna go, it it means that something bad now is happening,
Mm.
and then we start learning lessons there.
The hard way.
Uh, my personal experience was like I'm always fit. I feel good. I've got a lot of energy, and I want to work and work and work.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the company will close, everybody go for holiday, and I'm still in a factory working alone.
Oh.
Sometimes I slept three days in the factory.
Wow.
Um, when the boss itself gone out. Um,
Why?
yeah, that's
Why
how
is
it
it
is.
that you don't think to take a break to think about break or just
Yeah,
pause? What?
this is why I started saying that. You see, we don't realize when the body is fit, when we have that, when we feel that
Mm.
energy, we think it's
Mm.
just for work. It's not at all.
Yeah.
Many people choose work before they have the family, children's, and the wife or husband
Yeah.
that come last. You know, some people can even go to work, and after work work somewhere else, come home, the children are sleeping, early in the morning he left, and the
Wow.
kids so all these things you're doing is you're just waiting for something to tell you that, and not nothing will do that, just the body. And the day that body tells you that what you're doing is not right, if you're not taking care, you might be on a medication.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sick, and then I went to hospital, and
Sorry to hear
I think
that.
my dietitian suggests that I should meet a counselor, and I went
Mm.
for psychology and therapist.
Oh, okay.
When I went down there, um, I think there is something that always make people do what they do, and sometimes we don't realize that
Yeah.
something disturbed, and we don't know. I tend to find a lot of things that I was not aware, but they part of disturbing my life and my whole
Mm.
system as well.
So therapy really
Last,
helped.
yeah. Lastly, I think if I want to break everything down, I might be talking too much here. So, lastly, one of the things I discovered there that was so important for me was that the therapist and the psychologist both came up with the same thing. They were not in the same place. I travel far to meet. I go this week to this one, and then I go the following week to that one. They are far apart. They are not working together, but they both picked one thing,
Mm.
similar things about me.
Wow.
One, they both said I'm too selfless.
Wow.
Now, you wake up and thinking that you are entitled to provide for everybody,
Mm.
and I become like a servant. I work everywhere I
It's
am,
the
like
work.
I'm serving. Yeah. So the next thing was, or maybe the worst thing was, when did you do good to yourself? Then I was sitting. So
Yeah.
when they were searching for what makes you happy that you do when you know you want to make yourself happy, I was like, I don't have anything. I only realized that I was never purchased clothes or shoes for myself. I always live with a gift. All right. So that was so bad. Right after the counseling,
Mm-hmm.
I clear my wardrobe and I look at my wardrobe and I see that none of these things here that I purchased for myself. Okay, so I'm wearing shoes that somebody bought for me. I'm wearing clothes that somebody bought for me. So I am not making anything for myself. And therefore, I do not have a way to make myself happy.
Mm. That's very
So I
beautiful.
started,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I started taking off. And I think most of us, we do. You're gonna have to think of your cousin daughter at home, your grandmother at home, your auntie at home, your father at home, and
Mm-hmm.
then you come with your children's, with your house, with your car. You do all that. So everything that you're doing is like going to somewhere, never you.
Can you
And this
imagine?
is how we choose to live life. Most of our sisters are not doing anything for themselves, our brothers not doing anything for ourselves. When we see that signal, it's a hospital. The body is going down. So
We
yeah, I think I'll stop here because yeah, thank you so
thank
much.
you so much. Oh my goodness. Imagine, as simple as that is, you can't remember the last time you bought yourself a pair of shoes or a shirt, yet you're
Yeah,
working 24/7 non-stop. This is
yeah,
this is what we're talking about. Self-care is really, really important. And God forbid if anything happens to you, like you was ill and all that, how many people sent money to you to say, look after yourself? How many people say, you know what, don't worry, I'm coming over, I'm gonna cook for you, look after you, and it's always amazing when these things happen, and that's why we have to be deliberate. We have to be intentional about looking after yourself. Even if you have somebody who loves you so much, there's only so much how far they can look after you. There is no better person to look after yourself than you. You will know when your body is saying slow down, except you just ignore, and you know that the repercussion of that is going to be some Mila for Christ. I greet you. Thank you for joining. Amazing people online today. Thank you guys for joining. It's very important. There's so many aspects of it that I talked about, I gave in my talk, and it's not just for talking sake. These things, like I said, when I bring this topic, is for us to kind of self-reflect, because God forbid if we break down, life will carry on. Life will carry on. Some people, I said earlier, I don't know if you heard that, coffee. Some people, their body wants to rest. Guess what? They will take coffee. They will take energy drink just to keep them going, keep them. I'm like, calm down. Otherwise, you will break down. People burn out. It happens. Some people, whilst at work, they just collapse. They faint because they have not rested. They've not taken time for themselves. Imagine you're
yeah,
working in a company and you're entitled to maybe 30 days of a holiday. Every year you keep carrying it over, carrying it over. And then people are booking holidays and going. Just like Kofi said, we in the western part of Africa, we walk, walk, walk. You have to look after this uncle, after that children, that. Who's looking after you? You will work. You will not take holidays. You're entitled to this holiday. And sometimes your office might even say, you know what, if you like travel, if you like don't travel, don't come to work for so number of days. Does it have to take that? Imagine the company now saying go and rest. When will you think to yourself to take that rest? It's very, very important. We only have one life and we have to get it right. I don't think self-care is selfish, because if anything happens to you, like I said, life will carry on. Then what happens? That work is still going to be there. They're going to employ somebody else who will carry on the work. So why do you want to kill yourself at the work or whatever it is we're doing? Take time out to pause, Sometimes you don't even have to travel. Take one day in a week, one day to yourself. Be lazy. Sleep all day if you want. Go for a walk, relax, and don't even think of work for one day. It is possible because you have to be deliberate about it. Thank you so much for your contribution. Of the time, I'm gonna say the puzzle again. If you know the puzzle, the answer to the puzzle, please. I don't know if Kofi wanna attempt it. I see all your trials, Richie. You're still not correct. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? Is a funny one, but you understand. If you don't get it today, I have to tell us the answer because last week nobody got it. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why. Mila for Christ, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I don't know if you want to come up, if you know the answer. I see Big Brother, big brother. How are you today? Thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate that. Yes, why was the IT guy in the hospital? Big brother, how are you? I hope you can speak where you are today. The topic
Yeah,
is
good
on the
evening,
screen.
everyone.
Good
Yeah,
evening, sir. Self-care. We're talking about self-care, Mila. Yes, sir. Big brother, sorry about that. Mila was asking the question. So I don't know what your submission is, Big Brother, on self-care. What have you done for yourself lately in terms of self-care? And secondly, do you think self-care is a selfish act? Let's hear from you.
okay. Thank you very much, and you're welcome. I first of all, from the standpoint, I don't think it's a selfish act.
Okay.
From what you've just said, and even eventually we all know about it. You said something that's so very, very um, touching. This life is just one,
Mm,
and we have to live it right.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes many of us will forget about that,
Yeah.
and we allow most of our need, our want to go ahead of us, and
Mm,
thereby pursuing after them, thinking that when we've arrived, there will be
mm,
time
mm.
for these things. And I also still want to ask this question.
Please.
And for some of us, I think it's I think Warren Buffett, no, that I think he's number fourth richest man in the world. I've forgotten his name.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
The number fourth richest man or number five richest man in the world. I've forgotten his name.
Wow, I said to Google that quickly.
Yeah. So, and I heard that he only slept 4 hours in 24 hours.
Hmm,
And we hear some words,
hmm,
some from most of our people. Oh, if you think you want to prosper, just 8 to 5 job, um, that's not it. Or for some of us that are Christians, for example, and you will see like our fathers in the Lord, and they will tell you how, like what they do, the kind of way they labor and all that.
yeah.
And we are just following, like, for example, I have most of them who I look up to. And I
Hmm,
would tell myself, these people in their age with their results, you know, and they don't rest like that. Like when it's 10 p.m. in the night, it is still morning where they are. And
mm-hmm.
as far as 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they're already on activities and all that. Monday to Sunday, like that. So, and a kind of, I know that we could be getting it wrong because some of us will look at that like if someone in his 50s, 60s,
Mm, mm,
70s are putting up that kind of energy, like we come to turn of, they turn to it as grace, like it is not normal, like by natural strength you can't do what they do. But I don't believe it. You understand me now?
mm,
So And many people are being led with that kind of thing, whereby
I
at the end
do.
of the time we overworked ourselves,
Hmm.
and we just find ourselves cut short.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
um, really, this topic you just brought is very, very vital that everyone needs to look at, because no matter what you do today, no
Yeah.
matter how much you try to acquire, you will not get everything you want, and you can't get it all. And at the end of the time, you will still, leave it here.
Hmm.
So the best thing to do is actually to really take good care of yourself. Your self care is very, very important, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
When you should plan for yourself, give yourself some treats and vacation, know when to rest and when not to. So for me, I do that,
Hmm.
and because when I don't feel like, sometimes, even if I'm not on holiday, I
Yeah.
will just write my boss. I
Hmm.
don't feel like coming to work today.
Hmm.
I am not feeling fine. And that's to say, my body just tell me you need to
Take
relax,
it
and I
easy.
relax.
Yeah.
That's it. And beside that, I wasn't doing it before. I discovered when I was not doing it, I was doing like three jobs, doing this, doing that. Yet the projects, the things I want to meet up with, I could not still do them. It
Yeah.
will come here, what will take it to pass from the other side.
Yeah.
So, and I limited everything. I said to, like, okay, this is what I want to be having. And at the end of the time, I discovered I was still living my full life,
See.
living my full life,
Mm-hmm.
doing the things I need to do,
Hmm.
still achieve most of the little things I can, and
Yeah.
I'm happy with myself.
Thank
So self
you.
care is very important. And
Thank you. In fact, that is a very, very, very important submission. You should know your body. It's one of the things I mentioned. And to follow the statistics, because I'm not sure you were here earlier, Big Brother, I talked about certain statistics that is required for every age group to sleep certain number of hours a day. So, for example, let me start with the elderly. If you're within ages 65 to plus, you're supposed to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a day. But if you go now and do the research, how many people of that age group sleep for 7 to 8 hours? Adults between 26 and 64, which I want to believe most of us fall into, were supposed to sleep 7 to 9 hours per day. Honestly, as we are in the box right now, at least we know the day. How many hours did you sleep last night? I'm also thinking, let's see. In fact, I think I slept. I think I slept about 3.5 hours. Oh my god, it's very funny, but you can imagine. And you think, okay, just a one off. Before you know, 2 days like that in a whole week. If you take down and take stock of each day, how many hours you actually sleep? Which day? When was the last time you slept 7 to 9 hours per day? If you're within the age of 26 and 64, this is what is required so that your mind can function properly. But how many of us do this? How many of us sleep 7 to 9 hours a day? It's
Yeah.
like, time is
it's
money.
not
Why would I sleep
possible.
when I should be doing this, doing that, da 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 da? But
It's
then
not.
when you break down, sometimes people don't recover in a month. And imagine the work you want to do. You're just there, you can't do the work. You're just there, you're feeling useful. Let me not say otherwise. So, where does the word come to say stop? Time out. Time out. Thank you so much, Big Brother, for that submission. I don't know if you want to attempt my puzzle.
I I know your pause is always funny, so I don't want to try at all.
The puzzle is, why did the IT guy go to the hospital? Why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why. So, guys, I know I have about 3 more minutes. I'm just going to extend, let's see, maybe another 15 minutes for today. If you guys can help me tap on the screen, let's take it up a notch. Let's take it up a bit, please. Thank you so much. Let's take it up. Let's take it
Okay.
up. It's funny. Why
Self
was the
care.
IT guy in the hospital? Yeah, self care. Mina
Self care.
Pofaz, thank you so much for joining. How are you today?
I am fine.
Yeah, you're
And
welcome.
you?
I'm good.
Good
We bless
evening.
God. Thank you.
Amen. Good evening, everyone. Good morning,
Oh, good.
depending on your location.
Exactly.
I will start with let me start somewhere. Somewhere in the Bible say, I want to use I'm not trying to bring anything Bible, but I want to use somewhere something in the Bible to talk about self-care. You
Okay.
know, I think Isaiah say, for the days of a tree shall the days of his people be.
Mm,
Even the trees, when there is no water helping the roots or the tree to freshen up, to
mm.
live long, the tree will dry up and they will die.
Oh, yeah.
And when God says you will live like 100 years and above,
Mm,
and if you are not doing the right thing to keep that body fit, you may not even see 50 years. To
that's
talk
true.
more of these days, we found ourselves in a world where people does not longer live long
Mm,
because of the kind of food we eat and our characters and attitudes.
yeah. To life.
Yeah, so yes, in life, bad life can cause someone not to live long
Mm.
in that area. Then it's very, very important you take good care of yourself.
Oh, yes.
Like Big Brother said, even sometimes he would take excuse from his boss and say, my body language is like this. Not because he has somewhere to go, but
Mm-hmm.
he feel
Mm-hmm.
like giving himself rest,
Yeah.
which is very, very important. In
Okay.
the Western world, they have weekends where they say go to off days.
Mm,
Go and rest for one day, come back tomorrow or whatever.
yeah.
And it's very, very important that when you're working, you take good care of yourself.
Very
Don't be
important.
so don't be so stingy to yourself. If you're
Mm.
stingy to people, don't be stingy to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true.
I think Proverbs, yeah, thank you. Proverbs talks about it.
Yeah.
Proverbs talks about it. Stinginess. Stinginess.
Mm.
It's a sin for someone to be stingy to his own self. It's a sin.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, whereby you take good care of yourself, you are the type of person, if your body is the type of person that any day you wake up, you drink beer, and the beer is not helping you out, you stop taking beer. You understand? You
Yeah.
stop taking beer
Mm-hmm.
and take what is good for yourself.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that earlier as well.
Browse, yeah,
Yeah.
browse about, Google things, see what can help your body system, your
Mm-hmm.
immune to work well.
Yeah.
Eat fruits, eat vegetable, go out sometimes, just move around, look around, see the environment. It's not just much to have like 100,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 before you can say, I want to take good care of myself.
Yeah.
5,000, you can go to a good restaurant,
Mm.
take maybe good food and fruits, or maybe those that are used to, like me, I like taking fruits. I don't play with that. I like supplements. I don't play with that. Not
Okay.
every day you will keep saying bread is the final place for the poor man. For the poor man, you will eat bread. You will eat bread to an extent you will not go to toilet,
Hi. No.
which is very bad.
Mm.
Sometimes, if your body is not giving you, maybe you're staying, and sometimes maybe your body is not, you feel somehow,
Mm-hmm.
go to check up.
Yeah.
Go to check up. Check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having stomach every day, 3 days, you keep saying in the name of Jesus, it will go. It will go. It will go. Everything is not about. In the Bible, we have doctors. That was why. That was why
Luke was
when
a
Jesus
doctor.
healed, yeah. So when Jesus healed the leper, he said, "Go to your doctor to confirm if it has done, it has gone."
Yeah.
But because of happiness, he couldn't go because in his own side, that is his faith. But no matter how faith is, try once in a while, go to the hospital, check yourself, check whether and see the stomach you're having. Is it because of the bad food you eat? Is it because of too much of gas? Is it because of maybe let me go and check myself if I have appendix? We've seen so many cases where some people they have stomach problem. Before they got to the hospital, it happens that maybe the appendix busted inside and they died.
Oh.
So you don't waste time. Things like that. Just go to hospital. Even if it is your last card, use it and go to hospital. Let them give you report that yes, so it's not appendix, it's not kidney problem, it's not liver problem, and so on. Then exercise is very, very important. Even if it is 30 minutes, exercise yourself. Drink water very well. It's very, very important. Don't say water, I have the power, my blood group, whether I take water or not,
Yeah.
is not, yeah, I will be very fine. Then the other one is that give yourself, thinking can cost you when things are not working out well for you. You think so much. Depression can cause you sickness,
Yes. In the body.
can
Yeah.
cause you healing in your body. So no matter how the life turns around, in my Igbo side we say there is how we say it. Owatuhariwam
Okay.
mana ọnwa egbunem. It means that let the world trouble you, but let death not take your life.
Oh. One time.
Whatever, yes, no matter how the poverty hits me, in as far as I am alive, I will make it. I'm alive. Let me just be alive to at least see my maybe how lives go song with me. So let us wake up from that area where you are the type of okay, let me go and take 3 bottles of beer, I will be okay. Reduce from too much. We have seen so many places where people have heart attack. Check your BP. Check your BP. You know, check your BP always. If you are the type that, alcohol is not good, if it's not good for you, don't take. The things you know that they are not good for your system, don't take it. Avoid them. So that you not be suffering people that will be taking you from one hospital to the other in the name of I want my brother to live, I want my sister to live. There will come a time they will give up. Except those who, okay, by the grace of God, they'll say, because of how this person is to me as a brother, let me continue to endure the pain until he's better. It's very good we take good care of ourselves. Like sleep is very, very important.
Very,
If you
very.
don't have anything you're doing outside, if you don't have you're back from your work and you don't have anything important to do outside, give yourself rest. Sleep very well. When
Yes.
you wake up, your body will be very light. Your body will be very light. You see yourself very, very good. For those who know how to do the other one, don't kill yourself in that area. Give yourself rest in the other side.
In the other room. The Azar
uh
room.
Yes, give the rest small. It's good, but at least don't say now this thing make it keep me inside. Give gap, so that your your body will be you will last long. When
Yes.
Bible say you will live 100 years and above, it didn't say don't take care of yourself.
Oh, you have to.
You have to take. He has provided the word. God has provided every resources to take good care of yourself. Whether you're poor or rich, you must manage to afford the one you can do. You can give yourself. So that is all about it. Oh,
Thank
I
you.
don't know much again. Yeah.
It's amazing, where the angle at which everybody is coming in. And the one that really, really picked from you, Mila, is what we eat. We are what we eat. I don't know whether you heard when I was giving the talk as well. Some people, their body is telling them, slow down, take it easy. Then they'll go and take coffee. They will take energy drink. They will take all these things to make them hyper. You want to override your mind telling you it's time to sleep. And then, you know, some people, a lot of people, they cannot even diagnose why. They just say this person fell down and died, fell down and died, or they slept and they didn't wake up. A lot of things like that, you know, you don't know what can cause that. Imagine constantly taking all this energy drink, coffee, and all of that in your system just so that you don't want to sleep. You just want to keep doing. Oh my goodness, we need to pause and
You
take a
see,
break.
you
Yeah.
see nature.
Hmm.
You can't cheat nature.
No.
No matter how, no matter how you
Not
try
doing it
to
for
cheat,
so long. Yeah.
yeah, it will come. Like, let me use myself as an example. If I do night duty,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on night duty right now.
Okay.
If I don't sleep, if I don't sleep at night, once I go home, the next thing I will do is to climb the bed,
Hmm.
put my phone on silent. And if I miss to sleep that time,
Yeah.
once my eyes are open, I will feel that if I wake up, or maybe if I didn't sleep or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
my eyes will be going dim.
Hmm.
I will feel I will feel cold in my face.
At least you know your body. It's
I know
good.
my, but so I don't play with that
Mm.
area.
Mm.
I can't work 12 hours and you expect me to come out again and start be talking to people or making calls or doing,
Mm.
except there is something maybe I want to go and do at the city. And once I went to the city and do that, come back. The next thing is to take a shower,
Yeah.
climb up,
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Okay, in normal sense, I'm supposed to sleep. I work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., which
Yeah.
is 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if I close from work, got home at least maybe 6 o'clock, normal 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
or 6:30, I should
Mm.
sleep from 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock to at least 4 o'clock.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, 4 o'clock. Then wake up, prepare again. But sometimes because of this and because of you want to do this, you want to press phone, you want to do like this, you will keep pressing phone until you collapse,
Oh,
which
Lord.
is too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And water is very, very important to
Mm-hmm.
everyone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Drink water.
Mm-hmm.
Drink water. Forget the energy drink. Yes, energy drink is okay. Is if it is good once in a while. You should not. It shouldn't be as
Oh,
nah. Today let me take.
they drink that like
Yeah.
water. They drink that energy
Yes.
drink like, oh my goodness, I don't know
It
how.
it it, it damages your immune self.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When someone say take energy, ma go do this thing, ma go do it. It's not. See, if you want to do,
For
take
everything.
fruits. Fruits are very, very important. Take
Yeah.
fruits, drink water. You will
Mm-hmm.
see your body system working very, very well.
Yeah.
Not every time you say energy drink, you're just wasting money. You understand? For energy in the name of you don't want to sleep. You will die. That person will die.
God help us.
God who made, God who created sleep knows why he did that.
Mm.
Everyone need to be rest. Remember, he rested on the 7th day. So why
Oh,
God
the
himself
creation of
rested? So
himself.
you
Yeah.
will not rest. You can't cheat nature. That's why most of us, some people they sleep, they don't wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Mm-hmm.
you because of what? Because of all these things.
No.
You understand? So that is it.
Thank
It's
you.
very, very important we give ourselves rest.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. I'm mindful. I rarely would go over time, but it's very crucial here because I want to believe a lot of people are learning. And the most important thing is if you're just hearing this, start self reflection right now. Are you looking after yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you resting well? You know, in a day 24/7, you can't even get 3 hours sleep. You're working like wall clock. May we not just collapse, all of a sudden? So it has to be deliberate. We looking after ourselves. We're deliberate in working and overworking, but we're not balancing it in looking after ourselves. Some people, in fact, everybody that works gets holidays. Some people, they keep rolling it over year in, year out. They will not take this holiday. Why? If anything happens, like I said, if anything happens to you, they would employ somebody else. So why do we want to break down? Because we're just doing, no break, no time out, no stop it. No, please. Let's look after ourselves. I think it was Mila that mentioned some people, of course, God's intention is for us to live long and all of that. And if you can bear me witness, you find out that the maybe third generations ago, I mean to us, they were old, they lived old because they will eat fresh vegetables from the farm. They will eat fresh fruit, fresh everything. They will take, I mean, fresh fish, fresh everything. Like when they live in the village. I remembered, was it about a couple of years ago, I went with my friend to Nigeria, and in their village, we had to visit the village. It was quite an amazing experience. I've never been there before. And there was some obituary we saw on the wall: 115, 108 who died. 100, they were all 100 and something. I'm like, in this village, people are living long life. And then we had a small clinic, to attend to people's health and all that. Come and see the elderly people coming out. They were in their 100 years, 80 something, 90 something. They were still agile. They were up and doing. So you can imagine. I don't know, somebody mentioned the kind of food we eat now is all processed food, and some of us are even too lazy to cook. We just eat everything processed. All of this thing
You
kind
know,
of diminishes our
you,
lifespan.
you
Yeah.
know, sorry,
I'm sorry,
the
you
kind of
go
I
on.
mentioned
Yeah, please.
I mentioned the kind of food we eat.
Mm,
You understand? Those, why the reason why and the generation of our forefathers they live longer was because in those days there is nothing like artificial food.
no processed anything.
No processed food, not all this whatever they are calling it. We are eating. But because of the people feel like it's because of the kind of maybe wickedness or winch. Someone has bewitched them. That is why they are dying. The kind of food we eat these days lead us to our untimely deaths.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
In those days, our parents they don't cook. They cook food. They cannot use spices. Nothing like
Fresh food.
spices. They nothing like Maggi. They just gather ogiri. We call them ogiri, okpeye. They cook that soup. After eating it, even you will see them. The oldest person in my community
Hmm.
is inside my house. The
Wow.
lady, she's almost 114 years now.
Wow. Amazing.
Sometimes I'm telling you, the oldest son is almost 70 something years now.
What?
I'm telling you.
Oh, you mean Grace Grandpa?
I'm telling you, even she sometimes she'll be crying for death to come.
Oh,
Anytime she hears that little one dies, she
yeah, you
will be
can imagine.
crying. Why death didn't come to carry her? You
Hmm.
know? Not and I know that she's a kind of woman, she like cooking things locally.
Hmm. Hmm.
Not like that. Even in a family where you go and maybe they are destined to live long, if you don't follow the due process to live long, you will die.
Yeah, that's it.
Then for those you see someone wake up in the morning trying to take 10 bottles of alcohol.
No, that's not good.
Some will tell you it's my hobby to take 10 bottles. Some will
They
tell you
will
it's my
tell you
hobby
that
to,
is what keeps them going.
that is what gives me power. Some will tell you I can finish whiskey, 2 bottles. Who does that? You're killing the kidney, you're killing the liver, you're killing the immunes, you're killing everything. Then for those who can cook, they will want to put all the maggi, all the spices in the world. Who is not.
Hmm.
Few ones is okay. Then sugar, stay away. We should stay away from refined sugar. There
Hmm.
are sugars, naturally sugars. There are things you can just cook without adding, or maybe you
Someone
follow.
put
Don't
it
just go.
out
Then
in
stay away from
something.
frozen things.
Hmm.
Anything frozen, we don't mind. We should mind the way. Even if you are eating frozen things, you should minimize it. It's not every day you just go and
The
be
time.
packing frozen things. Then you will live long. We will live.
Hmm.
You will live.
Yes.
For those indomies, all those people who don't like cooking, They say Indomie. Why will you be eating Indomie every day? You pack all the spices and put.
It doesn't even have all the nutrients that your body
Uh-huh.
needs. So no.
So that is it. It will kill. So we should just reduce the way the thing we take with the things. That's why they have a lot of kidneys, liver failure, and so on in the hospital. You see a little child of 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, they say, this one has kidney problem.
It's too much. No.
You see, we of our age now, they say, your woman, they complain, say, they fire well, they do well. All those things, because of
The
all the kind
sugar
of bad
takes it.
things we have eaten to ourselves. So we need to wake up and go back to the normal process
Oh,
God has destined us to be. And so please, people, for anyone here, we are not saying I'm not saying alcohol is bad. Even in the Bible, there was where I think Peter he said, "Go and take little wine."
me too. You said it. That's what I wanted
Little.
to
He
hear.
said, "You understand?" He said, "Take it to so that illness or whatever can go or whatever, whatever that was involved will go." But these days, you take alcohol, you take 100 bottles, you take every day, you consume 5 bottles every day, and you're complaining there is no money. If you want to take at least 1 bottle, 2 bottles, it's okay. It's okay.
That will help
You
us.
understand?
Yeah. Thank you
So
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 much.
that
Yeah.
so that you will live long.
Thank you so much, Nina. Right on point. Thank you so much for that submission. Um, I'm coming to you, Zizi. Big brother, you wanted to say something?
I was thinking, I thought you want to round up.
Yeah, I was gonna round up, but Zizi has been waiting, so I have to let Zizi speak. And they've been liking the live. Thank you so much.
I wanted to hear this your post that you be saying. That was just
Oh,
really
okay. Oh, I'll let Zizi speak, and then
because
I'll.
Chris now that is using us now to catch cruise now. He's at work now. We are back, so we need to
Oh,
rest.
yes, we need to rest. Self-care. Why was the IT guy in the hospital? So I'll come back to you 1 second. Or okay, you want me to tell you so, but let's see whether somebody will still get it. That's what you're waiting for, Richie. Oh wow, interesting. So Zizi, thank you so much. How are you today? Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Uh, yeah, self-care is indeed very important. One thing I've done for myself is to join a gym, a local gym.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes. Even so, just for health reasons, I don't need to lose weight or anything because we are now growing older. So I think it's important that we do some form of exercise. Even walking around for about 20-30 minutes a day is very important if you have not joined the gym.
okay.
Yes, even so, you need to listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
Even as you go to gym, sometimes you feel that hey, you tired. You
Yeah.
don't take it as if maybe you're being lazy for the day. You need to listen to say if your body tells you that I can't take it today, then you do not go to the gym because people collapse and die there
Yeah.
because they want to push and we're not
Over
okay.
push. Over push.
Yes,
Hmm.
even though they feel that they are exhausted, the body is telling them that it's enough for the day now. So you need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it also helps me because it encourages me to drink lots of water because I'm lazy to drink lots. I'm learning as I'm listening to the other speakers here, things that I need to improve
Mm-hmm.
in taking care of myself, like drinking lots of water. And yeah, I don't like energy drinks. I love sleeping a lot.
It's good. Good for you. As long as
Yeah, so
it's in the
I
right.
would take, yes, I would take energy drink once in a while, maybe when I have to drive a long distance, and then yeah, then that will be it. Otherwise, I try to avoid that as much as possible so that I can have my rest and have enough sleep.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
so much. It's very, very important. And somebody on the chat, I think it was Jade, said they think self care is selfish. And I really wanted them to come up and explain why they think so, but they haven't come back. You said you were going to come back, Jade, but I don't know if you're there or not. But thank you so much, everyone, for your contribution. I really, really appreciate, and I want to believe everyone out there, especially on the FI page, you're listening and you're taking stock as well. If you're the type from January till now, you have not taken a holiday. This is a command from FunmiRoyal. Go on holidays. Please go call the office right in fact leave leave an email, tell them you're taking the next 2 weeks off. Please, let's look after ourselves so we can live longer. Let's be mindful what we eat. Let's sleep at least 7 to 9 hours. We've been told different ages. You can Google it and see what sleep you need to sleep to make your mind be okay.
But I went on holiday last month in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. And
But
what was holiday, not business?
good. The work I did was even more than here.
Hey,
So,
you can imagine. No, 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 no. That's not the holiday we're talking about. I'm not saying go on holiday to go and do more. No. No, 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 no. We don't. These things has to be deliberate. It has to be intentional. Where you
yeah.
will relax. In fact, sometimes I say to myself, is it possible to just switch off my phone for like 2 days, just throw it somewhere and don't even attend to it? But how possible is that? I don't know. But it has to be deliberately done. It's not something you just think and you think is going to happen. No. When you go on holidays, you're meant to relax, not go and carry extra business, extra, do that separately. But this time around, we're talking about self-care, to look after yourself, to be pampered. So it doesn't even have to be expensive. Like I said, looking after yourself could mean walking 10 minutes a day. Just go on that walk, or having your space, sitting down, playing that calm music, and just be there for the next 5-10 minutes. It's part of it. As long as you do these things regularly, just so that your mind can calm down. Is one thing not sleeping the right number of hours, is another thing not even knowing when to take a break. Rather, you're pumping your body with energy drinks and stuff to keep you going. May we not break down suddenly. Please, let's look after ourselves. I always want to see everyone on this platform. So this one is an order from FunmiRoyal tonight. Please, when you switch off this live, please don't go to another live. This one, go and sleep. Please go and sleep. So this is where I'll stop today. But before I go, my puzzle, since nobody is getting it, you lot will have to give me donuts and 2 ice cream if I tell you the answer, since nobody
Yeah,
knows
let
it.
me try now.
Okay, you want to try? Okay, okay.
The IT guy went to the hospital
Mm-hmm.
to um do some IT stuff.
No, I said if I laugh, you have gotten it wrong. If I clap for you, then you're right. So is that the only guess you're wrong? I don't know if you want to guess again. Or Mila for Christ, Zizi, why was the IT guy in the hospital? There's a reason why he was in the hospital. Anybody want to try? No?
Uh, we
Big
don't
To
have
Mommy?
that.
fix to fix the IT equipment at the
No.
hospital.
No, no, no. We're all
he
trying. I think we're thinking too hard.
he went to attend to some tissues. Like, there are ITs in the there are some professions that they need to do, and it has to do with the wires that's in the body, the brain, and the tissue.
You're
So
overthinking it. You're overthinking it. That's
The
why. If I tell you
the
that, you
the
say,
the
"Oh, yeah."
the IT guy went to the hospital to do some servicing to enable him work well in his.
You're overthinking it. Manager, you're
yes.
still there. You will help me type the answer on the screen so that it will sink in well. So, thank you all. Thank you all for trying. Everybody's trying too hard. You're overthinking it. And somebody asked, I think it was Richie, IT is information technology guy, and what do they work with? Computers and what have you, gadgets. So the reason why the IT guy was in the hospital is because he touched the firewalls and he got burnt, so he had to go to the hospital. He touched the firewalls. Hey. It makes sense. It's all about for us to laugh, but everybody was just overthinking. I see everybody so serious. Look, we need to take time out. That's all I can conclude from everybody's contribution to this puzzle. You're overthinking. You need to chillax. Guys, let's find time to laugh, watch a comedy, laugh or dance or do something that you haven't done in a while just to, wind down a bit. Thank you. So the answer, the IT guy was in the hospital because he touched the firewalls. You don't play with fire. Fire will burn you. And he had to go to the hospital. So he has nothing. You see, you people are thinking he's gone to hospital to work. But he's gone there to be looked after. You see, he got burnt because he touched the firewall. So that's that for today. Thank you so much, guys, everyone for liking the live.
But I said something similar to that now. I
Nice.
said the IT guy went to the hospital
Mhm.
to fix some things.
What
But I
thing?
don't really, yeah,
No, he didn't go to fix anything. He went to be fixed.
that's what I'm saying now. He went to be fixed.
Well done. Okay, don't worry. That's Mila. Let me just give you a rose. I'll give you my 10 rose. Just
Thank you.
because you tried. And Richie as well, honestly. So much. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. So, on that note, I have to go. Thank you guys so much. Let's take a break. Let's look after ourselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, health wise. Let's eat good. Look after your skin, look after yourself because nobody can do this better except you. And one thing I want to leave us with is no matter the enjoyment you think you're having, always listen to your body. Your body tells, it speaks, but do we listen? When it's telling you to slow down, please slow down. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything. Just sit down
Be-
for 5 minutes and just be by yourself.
before you go, let me tell you what happened to me. I
Yeah.
think that was last month.
Oh, okay.
I I have my stomach was giving me headache. I was having
Tummy ache.
stomach, so it was so much. And I was like, let me just, it's normal water. I drank so many water. It wasn't going. And then because I've never done, did appendix or whatever, I decided to go to hospital.
Yeah.
I went to hospital to do some scan. I explained to them. After the scan, they say it's normal thing that is not appendix. I quickly used the opportunity. My liver, everything about my system was scanned. They told me nothing.
Okay.
Maybe I should go and drink, continue taking that water, or maybe it's something I ate. But
Okay.
immediately I did that, I feel relaxed.
See?
I don't want anything. Maybe if I have not done it, anything happen. Maybe within my spirit, I will be saying, maybe this is appendix. I will keep taking some things that I'm not supposed to take.
Medication is a no-no.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's very, very important. Check up is very, very okay. Go and check. Go and let the doctor know that, do tell the doctor this is what is happening to you. If he
Yeah.
wants to do scan for you, they'll do it. If it's something that they will just give you, well, maybe the normal medication on how to go about it, what you should take. It's just better
Yeah.
than you just did that maybe someone has appendix and you'll be crying. Maybe like I remember there was a time when we were growing, I had chicken pox.
You. Thank
I
you.
had chicken pox then. And during that time, that chicken pox killed somebody.
Hmm.
As a child, I began to cry. I said, Daddy, let it not be this chicken pox, that it will not kill me, or let it not kill me, just like it killed that old woman. As a child, I was around between 9 years then. My mom says, stop saying that, and so on. You understand? So it's better sometimes you just go and check yourself so that you will be free. Your soul will just be free, that nothing like that. Than
Yes.
to die inside you are just taking Panadol, tetracycline or whatever. At the end, no good results.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
so
much. Thank you, Mila, for stop self-diagonizing, stop self-medication, stop all of those things. It's always good. That's why you have the specialist. Go to the doctors, get checked, especially when you have concern about the smallest thing. You're one that will never have headaches. All of a sudden, you start having headaches. And you feel, "Oh, I'll take Panadol, I'll take this one. They say that one is good. I'll take it." No. Please, let's be mindful. Let's look after ourselves properly. Go to the right specialist to get the right help. And let's take a break most of the time. Please, let's sleep enough. Please do that. It's very important. I wish we could go on and on. We have really, really spent the time today. We even had extra time. We're even overshooting. But thank you so much because you all made this very, very interesting, very, very insightful. Sharing your experiences and sharing your submission has really helped me personally. And like I said, please look after yourself. Self care is not selfish. It's you looking after yourself so that nothing bad, at least within your control, would happen to you. It's God's desire for us to live long life. So, what are we eating? Let's be mindful of what we're eating. Let's sleep adequately. Let's rest when we ought to. Take the holiday. Please stop rolling your holidays year in, year out, rolling it over and over. Please do that, and hopefully we will all live to be 100 and 108 or 115. Guys, thank you so much.
please, a minute, a minute, a minute, a minute, a minute. And sorry, please,
Oh,
a minute. Yeah, you will go. And for those who know how to miss fruit,
oh,
to do fruit, be mindful how you miss fruit, so that you not go and miss fruit. It will start reacting on your body, in
yeah,
your body.
toxic.
There are some fruits you will miss like this. It will cause you. It has happened to me. In the name, I want to take carrot. I want to mix apple. I want to mix. What is it
Lime
called?
and lemon with all those
Lime. I
smells.
miss lime and what is it called? So many different kinds of fruits. In the name, I want to give myself. I'm taking fruits. I almost
Especially,
ended in the hospital for that.
especially some of us that we want to diet, we just concoct all sorts, and then it does more harm than good. So let's be mindful.
Yeah.
Where you have the doctors, you have the dietitians, you have the health professionals to speak with them. Sometimes it's just a phone call away. Instead of doing harm to your body by yourself by googling stuff that is not really concerning you. So let's be mindful. Mila, we have to go now. I wish I could stay longer. We had done that. So thank you so much. And for those who missed the puzzle, why was the IT guy in the hospital? Is because he touched the firewalls. Very funny. Once again, thank you away on Thursday. And on Thursday, we'll be talking about marriages and relationships. That's another aspect of humanity that we need to pay attention to because it's very crucial. It's supposed to last a lifetime as well, but a lot of things are going wrong. Let's talk about these things and help our marriages to grow better. I'll see you guys on Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time, by the grace of God. Thank you everyone for joining in today, for gifting, for the likes, for sharing. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for making it interesting as always. I'll see you on Thursday by the grace of God. Have a lovely night rest. Bye. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, Mary. Zizi, thank you. Big brother, thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate Mila for Christ. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon.